Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to share you a magical story about a boy, a library, and a very special key. Are you ready? Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by green hills and singing birds, there was a wonderful building called Vukona Chauke's Library. Can anyone guess what made the library so special? Yes, it was full of books, funny stories, scary stories, and even magical stories. But there was a secret. Deep inside the library, behind a tall, dusty bookshelf, there was a locked wooden door. No one had opened it for 50 years. Some said it led to a secret storeroom. Others whispered that it held the most magical books in the world. One sunny morning, a curious boy named Jabu came into the library. Jabu loved books so much. He could spend hours reading. "Good morning, Jabu," said librarian Vukona with a smile. "Back again?" "Yes, Miss Vukona," said Jabu. "I finished a book about dragons. Do you have another story about magics?" Vukona smiled mysteriously. "Maybe. But how would you like me to help you discover a real magical story?" Do you think Jabu will say yes or no? Exactly, Jabu said yes. Vukona led him to a very back of the library, where the shelves were tall enough to touch the ceiling. She pointed the old wooden door. "This door has been locked for so long as I can remember," she said softly. "But yesterday, while cleaning, I found this." She held up a golden key that sparkled in the sunlight. Do you think the key might open? Do you think it fits? Let's find out together, Vukona said. She put the key in the lock and clicked. The door slowly cracked open. Inside was a small glowing room filled with floating books. They shrimmed in colors, black, green, and gold, and whispered softly as if they were alive. Jabu carefully opened one, and suddenly the words lifted off the page. They danced around him like tiny stars. He saw castles made of glass, forests that could talk, and oceans that sparkled under two moons. Can you imagine the floating books in front of you? What would it say? Yes, they are the Story Keeper books. They hold the living stories of every child who ever loved reading. Every time someone reads with imagination, a new story is born here. Jabu's eyes sparkled. Then maybe one day, one of my stories could be here too. Of course, said Vukona. Every reader has a story waiting to be written. You just need to dream of it first. From that day on, Jabu came to the library every afternoon, not just to read, but to write. He filled pages with adventures, poems, and dreams. Years later, when Vukona retired, she left the golden key hanging on the ribbon near the front desk with a small sign. Every book opens the door. Every reader holds a key. And who knows, maybe if you come to Vukona Chauke's library and believe in magic, you might find a secret door too. And from that day, the library wasn't full of books. It was full of possibilities, dreams, and magical stories waiting for children like you. Books are doors to new world, and imagination is the key that opens them. Thank you.